And there's a drive. Deep right field. It is gone. The hit that makes history is a 2-run home run.
Hello. Got 643 talk on this Tuesday, July 1st. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah. You did it right, man.
Oh yeah, that dude is chilling.
What a great day for him. What do you think he
Yeah,
does? What do you think he does on July 1st every year? He's got to have some type of routine or
It's kind of
like
little celebration or something. Yeah.
like a birthday, another birthday for him. But
Yeah, pretty much, for sure.
But yeah, July 1st, man. I got a little throwback for you. 1968. It was hard for me not to do this one too because of course I'm a Cardinals fan, so when I see some Cardinals history, catches my eye. But a first inning wild pitch allows a run. It's not a great one, but it is a very it shows you how this guy was. But a first inning pitch, wild pitch allows a run to break Bob Gibson's streak of 47 and 2/3 innings of scoreless pitching. But the Cardinals end up winning that game 8-1 against the Dodgers. Gibson, after that run he let up, he then went on and pitched another 23 innings before giving up a single run. So that's kind of like a modern day Scooble or I would like to say Skeens, but he hasn't been as impressive as which he's been great. Don't get me wrong, but I thought Skeens would be like a strikeout leader this year for some reason. But Bob Gibson, man, one of the best Cardinals and players to ever do it.
Yeah, in my opinion, they don't make him like Bob Gibson
No,
anymore.
no. I'd like to go back and look at his stats, and you may know this, but just to see, how many innings did he top out at, and like how deep did he go in games? And I'm sure he, had some,
There's some pretty wild stats on Bob Gibson.
yeah.
Crazy stats. So, on this day in 1990, a Yankees pitcher. Do you have any guesses on this one?
In 1990, Yankees pitcher.
Yeah.
What's it begin with? The first letter.
The pitcher, you mean? Like,
yeah. No. Is this my trivia question right now?
It's not. So I mean, I can.
Well, I'm not. I'll save my brain for the trivia questions.
Yeah. All right. So this day in 1990, and it's always been like one of the most interesting pitching performances, in my opinion, like ever. And I've watched like the clip like a lot of times, just one of those that stuck to me. And we can post. I'll post a link in the description of this. It's Andy Hawkins on this day in 1990 who threw a no-hitter against the Chicago White Sox, but he lost. The Yankees made 3 errors that game, and what's crazy is it's not like the White Sox only scored 1 run and won 1-0. They actually scored 4 runs. The Yankees lost 4-0 despite Andy Hawkins throwing a 9-inning no-hitter, which is something that you just never see. I mean, there's been a couple other pitchers that have thrown no-hitters and lost.
Mm-hmm.
I think those have pretty much been like 1-0.
Yeah.
I think Hunter Green did that a couple years ago against the Pirates, I believe.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, I feel like that's something that would probably happen with Paul Skeens and the Pirates. Is he would go in there, throw a no-hitter, and they would still lose.
Yeah, not as of late though. The Pirates have been scoring a shitload of runs the last 4 or 5 days.
That is true.
He pitched. I think that game just started, but he's pitching against the Cardinals.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes. But
Cardinals
Andy
have actually
Hawkins.
torn up Paul Skeens in the past. They're the only team. I think that he's 0-4 against the Cardinals is what it is.
Yeah.
Out of 5 starts, I believe. Yeah, man, Cardinals tear him up. So hoping they can do that again today.
Yep.
Did you want to do breakout players first?
Yep. Sounds good.
So I'll go with mine first. I know I told you for my batter it was Matt McClain, and I changed it up because although he did have a good week, he had a really good June actually. He had a great June. Um, Last 30 games or his last 14 games have been better than his last seven. So I just decided to change my mind, but I still went with one of my Queen City Bandits, and that's Augustine Ramirez. And this guy continues to just pound the ball. Um, he's now got his batting average up to 255, which I think is probably going to be where he sits at, um, pushing to 800 OPS. But his last 7 games, he has 25 at bats, 8 runs, 11 hits, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, no stolen bases, but he's hitting 440 with a 481 OBP and he's slugging 800. So last 15 games are, not much from that either. He was hitting 321, slugging 547. So I think I picked up a good guy in fantasy, and I think he's looking like a good $6 keeper for our dynasty league. But he continues to crush the ball, and yeah, man, he's fun to watch. Only 23 years old. So I think that's the
Yeah.
fun part about it, and that's what I keep reminding myself because he looks like he's a vet already. Like he gets in there and he just looks, I don't know, and he's it though.
Yeah, the Marlins got a pretty good little team going down there right now. They got a 7-game win
Yeah.
streak.
Yep, they've got some
Um,
sluggers, man.
they just need to keep some of those
Yeah,
players now.
yeah,
You know,
agreed.
maybe buy a player or two to add to that team and
Yeah,
got yourself a playoff squad.
if they do move anybody on the team, the
Say probably
smart thing,
Sandy.
yeah, they would, yeah, and that'd be good to move Sandy. I think that's almost a must now. Um, but I think they should still be looking at other pitching depth, whether it's starters or bullpen guys. Get some vets in there. They got such a young team. Get some guys that have been in the league for a while. Throw them in there, and I think you guys are gonna, or those guys are gonna, have a really good squad. Like you said, I mean, they just made the playoffs like a year or two ago, so they're not, and their team, in my opinion, right now is better than that team was. They have Yuri Perez back. Max Meyer did hit the IL, but
Yeah, he's out for the year, I think.
yeah,
Fortunately.
and he started off really hot, and then he's just been really bad since. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I told you so. For my pitcher, it's a surprise. Um, so typically we go with starting pitching from majority. I don't. Maybe you've had a closer or two, but I don't think I've had a closer for my breakout pitcher. But this guy is a rookie for the Chicago White Sox, which is why I wanted to rep this today. 2023 second round over draft pick from Louisiana State. In his 8 games, he's rocking a 2.7 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, .80 WHIP, 2 saves, and he's been killing it. So his last game against San Francisco, 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. Got the save there. And then he didn't have a save opportunity against Arizona, but he still went 2 innings. He did let up a run that game. I know I haven't told you yet. I'm just working it up a little bit more. 1 strikeout, and then the game before he got another save, and he's just been looking really great. And that's Grant Taylor, and he's on my radar for fantasy. I mean, I already have really great pitching. I have Tyler Rogers, Carlos Estevez, Camilo Duval, Randy Rodriguez, and Iglesias. So I don't really need, but I also have 3 Giants. So if I decide to drop one of those Giants, I'm sure he'll be picked up before too long. But Grant Taylor has looked excellent. Um, 2 rookies, Augustine Ramirez and Grant Taylor.
Yeah, and I just had Michael Kopech at the IL, so it might be
Oof.
someone that I should look
Whoa.
at.
I'd pick him up sooner or later.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
mean, or maybe I'll pick him up and I trade you for him 1-for-1, James Wood.
Yeah, you're not the only one that's been trying to get him.
I hope you
Trust
keep
me,
him.
get in line for that one.
Yeah, that's somebody you need to hold on to for like the next 5 years.
Yeah, as long as I can, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, my breakout players: a hitter, another Marlin, Otto Lopez. So this guy, he actually started off the year really good, and then kind of cooled off a bit, but seeded back up the last
Yeah.
week and a half. So around the Marlins winning streak right now, and 26 at bats,
Mhm.
2 home runs, 13 RBIs. So that's pretty good for a 7-day stretch. He's got a stolen base, batting 423 with a 1.231 OPS. Otto Lopez, really great for a leadoff spot,
Mhm.
number 2 spot. You can pretty much put this guy anywhere in the lineup, and
Yeah.
yeah, you'll get the results. So
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of
he's a
another one
stud.
of those guys. Augustine Ramirez, Otto Lopez, Kyle Stowers, Connor
Mhm.
Norby. They got the guys right now. They just need a little bit more help on pitching.
Yep.
So it's my batter. Starting pitcher I've got for this week, Zach Wheeler. It's probably been, other than School, probably the best starting pitcher of the week.
Yeah.
14 innings pitched. He's got a win with 2 quality starts, 0.64 ERA, 0.93 WHIP, and 18 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's I mean, Cy Young talk.
Yeah, I
I mean,
agree.
I wish the Cardinals had him, man. He's that guy's filthy, and I think he's gonna get a Cy Young eventually, and this has got to be the year, man. I mean, who would you put up there to win? Battling him. I haven't looked at what the odds are right now, but
Well, I gotta have Paul Skeens up there for
yeah,
sure as one. Uh, Another sneaky one. Now, maybe Sonny Gray. I
yeah,
think there's a chance he might be up there.
I like that.
He had in my opinion, one of the best starting pitching performances ever. His
Hmm.
last start, with the amount of pitches he had 1 hit. Other than that, he had a perfect game.
Yep.
So that's pretty crazy. It doesn't really get much better than that. So definitely put those 2 guys up there. Unfortunately, Corbin Burns is out for the year. He definitely would have been up there.
Yeah, he was having a great
McKenzie,
start.
I think Mackenzie Gore has
Yeah.
an outside shot, possibly.
Oh, and the one I did forget about that just came in my mind, which is also a Queen City Bandit, is Logan Webb.
Yeah,
Logan Webb's
Logan
been,
Webb. He's also had a really good season.
yeah,
Kind of
he's
a
been excellent.
underrated season, in my opinion. I don't think he's getting
Yeah,
talked
very.
about enough.
I always think he's kind of underrated. If you look back and see what he does, this guy pushes, man. I mean, he gets through innings, and he's always got a great strikeout ratio. So, um, yeah, he's a stud.
And then the other guy, Spencer Schwellenbach.
Yeah, yeah, he's been great.
he's he's been really good.
Yeah.
So just name a few.
Yeah, those are all some really good pitchers, and I'm sure we'll talk about a couple of them here in a bit. Or right now, if you'd like, we can talk about the All-Star
Yeah,
ballot. How that's going.
yeah, a few things to talk about there.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and give it's narrowed down now, and it's 2, right, for each. There's 2.
Yep.
Does one person get it out of those 2 people? Is that how that works, or?
I don't. I always thought for each position they had at least 2 guys.
I did too, so I was kind of
Outfield
confused.
obviously gets a little bit more.
Yeah, I was kind of confused because I have the phase 2 ballots right here, and for
Yeah,
American
there's
League
only.
for
Yeah, I think there's
American
only 2.
yeah, for American League first base, Vlad Guerrero and Paul Goldschmidt. So those are the only 2 going, right? Or is it decided that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure how they because I thought they were saying that there was like a second round of voting, but anyway, so I'll just go ahead and read through them. So second base, Gleyber Torres and Jackson Holiday. I was kind of bummed on this one because I have Brandon Lau, and he's been awesome, man. He's having a great season. I think he's having a better season than Jackson Holiday. Gleyber Torres, though, I can't argue with that. He's having a great season too, but um, regardless, two studs. Shortstop, Jacob Wilson, your guy, and no other than Bobby Witt Jr. Third base, Jose Ramirez and Alex Bregman. Outfield, another one of your guys, Riley Green, Javier Baez, which is awesome. Mike Trout, which is cool because it's Mike Trout. Yeah, I get it, but I do think that could have gone to a couple other people. No offense to Mike Trout, but he's not having a Mike Trout season. Stephen Kwan, catcher, of course, Kyle Riley, and Alejandro Kirk. So Big Dumper and Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk having a pretty good season.
Yeah. DH, Ryan O'Hearn and Ben Rice, which I was also kind of shocked on with Ben Rice getting in there.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I like Brent Rooker. That's my guy. He's still having a great season, but it is what it is. See, when I look on here, they posted less than 24 hours to vote, and it's showing these finalists, phase 2. So I really don't know how they're doing that, but I'll go ahead and read National League first base finalists: Freddie Freeman and Pete Alonso. Second base, Ketel Marte and Tommy Edman. Okay. Shortstop, Francisco Lindor and Mookie Betts. Third base, Manny Machado and Max Muncy. Let's go, Max. Outfield, Acuna, which is crazy, just because he hasn't been back that long. Which I also think it's like, it's kind of for his name, but at the same time he's been great. Like Acuna's going off. He's already caught up to a lot of people when it comes to stats. Pete Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, Teoscar Hernandez, Juan Soto, and Andy Pajes. So those are the outfield, and then catcher, Will Smith, Carson Kelly. So that's all the position players. Do you have any thoughts or comments or anything on them? I know I went through this kind of fast.
Yeah, I kind of have some snubs in my opinion. I'm sure you'll probably agree with most of these.
Yeah,
but
I think there's always.
I kind of noticed a lot of backlash recently this year, and it's happened a couple other years of where a fan base will vote a ton of times for just their guys, whether they're deserving or not.
Yeah.
This year happens to go to the Dodgers. I noticed that they have like 7 hitters at the top of the voting, if I counted that right. Like Tommy Edman, I got Tommy Edman on my fantasy team, but I don't think he's got the stats, in my opinion, especially over Ketel Marte.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. And then Teoscar Hernandez, he started off the season pretty hot, but I don't think he's got the all-star numbers. And then for example, James Wood to not get in. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
But then Teoscar Hernandez, that's probably the biggest snub, I would say. Him and Ellie De La Cruz.
Yep.
Also. So, yeah, some of my snubs, like James Wood, Ellie De La Cruz, Jonathan Aranda on the Tampa Bay Rays. He's having a really good season. And
great season.
Yeah, and then Jeremy Pena. I know he just went on the IL, but I think he's not really getting as much recognition. And then
I agree.
Another big one is Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of home runs and RBIs he's had so far.
And
then Corbin Carroll, so a couple Diamondback players.
Yeah, and I didn't say, I guess Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge are obviously in it, right?
Yeah, they have the most votes for respectable leagues.
Okay. So, it's, Judge leads votes. That's crazy. But, there's definitely some snubs.
I mean, it's kind of
it's
just
up
kind of
to
one
the
of
people,
those.
though.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing about it is I think that the fans should keep voting.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's kind of a tough subject because like Major League Baseball allows you to do this. You can vote up to 5 times a day,
Yeah.
and you can keep making different account or emails for each one.
I
I
almost
remember
feel
back
like
in
no, go ahead.
I remember back in 2015. You remember, and the Kansas City Royals. They had pretty much the entire field covered outside of like Mike Trout and Jose Altuve. The rest were Royals.
Yeah.
Don't know
Yeah.
if you remember that one. A little bit similar in 2016 with the Cubs,
Yeah.
where they had a ton of Cubs as all stars, whether they were kind of deserving or not. But I mean, it happens from time to time. I guess it's
Yeah. There are
yeah,
players in there. I'd say most of them deserve to be in there, but there is some positions it's like, really? Like
yeah,
you're
like
really only or it's just
Tommy Edman, Teoscar
yeah.
Hernandez,
Yeah, and it's
Max
people that are
Muncy.
yeah, it's people that are fans of certain people like Mike Trout. Obviously, like don't get me wrong, it's Mike Trout, but there's people that are having a lot better season than him. So, um, I think it would almost be cool to try out for one season just to test it and just let the players vote. And because I feel like they're pretty honest, like those when they get interviewed stuff about other players, like oh yeah, that they'll talk about someone from another team, like yeah, he should have been, you know. But so I don't know. I don't think they'll ever do that, but it would be cool to see how it would lean. Because I mean, yeah, I'm sure some players would try to get their own player in as well. But if they're not gonna pick their player, if they're like an average player, if they're having a great
Yeah,
season, they'll probably support that player, and I'm sure other teams would too. But
yeah, and the other thing is, I feel like most like hardcore like good baseball fans are going to pick the guys with the best stats.
yeah,
Like both of us being Cardinal fans, I'm not going to just vote in every Cardinal I can because
yeah,
I think really only a couple Cardinals are really deserving. Like, Brendan Donovan, I would definitely say
yeah,
that's actually another snub in my opinion is Brendan
yeah.
Donovan and uh, maybe Mason Wynn.
Hmm.
But other than that, I mean, I just I just think the players with the best stats should be in there. I
Yeah,
get that people want to see the most popular players, but I mean, Mike Trout, I mean, he's not, 2012 through 2020 Mike Trout anymore,
yeah,
unfortunately. So it's yeah.
yeah. I agree. One of these years, we gotta catch a All-Star game or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I know Sam. He went to the one in Atlanta. He might have went to the Derby, maybe, or maybe he went to both. I don't remember, but
Well, the one in Atlanta is this year, isn't it?
maybe he got tickets for it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I think him and Rob might be going. So, because Rob, we got to get him on here, man. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Get
It
you and
is.
Rob, get you and Rob talking trades.
Yeah. I'm all
Let's
for it.
yeah, let's
And
make that happen soon. We'll get a
I really need to see his fantasy baseball book. I'm just really interested in that.
Josh commented and said he was there when he went. Josh definitely saw it. So, but let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. What did you have after that?
Well, unless if you had any other stuff, I wanted to try out a new thing on here, a new idea, random trivia. So
Mm,
basically, I have 3 trivia questions for you, and first one I consider easy, and then second medium, and then third probably I guess expert difficulty.
mm,
Pretty. I don't think they're too difficult, but they will probably help make you think a little bit though. So, you want to give
yeah,
this a shot?
yeah, I'll give it a shot, but I'm
And
not
if you're
gonna make
struggling,
myself.
I will give you one hint if you
Yeah,
struggle.
I'm
So,
I'm I'm bad at all trivia, so if I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm looking a little stupid, then I'm probably just gonna say Luke. go ahead and
Yeah.
reveal the answer. So,
All right, number 1. Who holds the Mariners' record for the most 4-hit games in a season?
Ichiro.
You're right. Do you want to take a guess on how many 4-hit games in what year? I mean, you got it right. I'm just curious if you knew or had a guess.
4-hit games in 1 year. I'm gonna go with 22. No, let's go with. Let's go with. Let's go with 25.
That's a little over double the amount he actually had. But do you want
I
to
don't know.
guess what
That
year?
probably equals out more hits than what he actually got.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Do you want to take one guess on what year it was?
Oh man.
Think back to his record-breaking hits here.
Mm.
They'll be here for that one.
What year was his rookie year?
2001.
That was his rookie year?
Yeah.
For some reason I thought he came in the 90s. I'm gonna go with 06.
We're close. So he had 10 4-hit games in 2004. So that is the Mariners' all-time record.
4. Wow.
All right. Question number 2.
At 25.
Yeah, that's a little high. All right. Who are the 2 players in Houston Astros history? So the only 2 players who have who have more than 200 hits in a season. Who are the 2 Astros players in history?
Jeff Bagwell.
He is not. He is not one of the 2. But one of them was in that era. That's your hint.
Biggio.
That is one of them. Yes.
And
The other one, try not to
Altuve.
think. Yeah, I was gonna say try not to think too hard. Yeah, it's Craig Biggio, Altuve. All right,
Altuve.
2 for 2. So this one might be a little. This one might be a little tough, just because it could be
Hey,
a lot of different guys.
that's
So
fine
there have
because I
been,
already got two
yeah,
outright, so
there
I'll
you
take
go.
that.
So since 2000, there have been 4 guys to hit home runs on their 40th birthday. Can you name any of those 4 or more than one?
Let's see.
And all of these guys are elite players that have,
Frank Thomas.
good guess, but he's not one.
Let's go with can't remember how long he played, but it seems like something Adam Dunn would do.
It does seem like it, but all right. I'll give you 2 more tries.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to really give you a hint on this one. So, besides saying that they're all very well-known players.
Yeah. Hold on. Because that's probably something that I have so many names running through my head right now. It's insane. Oh shoot. I'm thinking of like so many players that were like old of age that play. Surely Pujols didn't do that.
Nope.
Babe Ruth.
Well, it's a good guess, but he didn't play around 2000 though.
You said two.
I said there's since 2000 there have been 4 guys.
I didn't actually hear you say that, so I was also thinking I'm
Oh,
thinking way back, and that's my bad. I was like zoned
right.
out for a
Yeah,
minute.
so since 2000, there have only been 4 guys that hit home runs on their
Oh,
40th
let's
birthday.
go with McCutcheon instead of Babe Ruth. That'll be my last guess. Is McCutcheon
No, I
40
don't
yet?
know. I don't think he's 40.
Oh
So
shoot.
give. All
Sorry,
right, give one
sorry,
more guess.
McCutcheon. I just feel like he's been here forever.
Yeah.
All right, reveal him.
All right. So first one I got Jim Tomei back in 2011.
Ah, I feel like he was coming to my mind too.
Second guy Chipper Jones,
Mm.
2012. Third guy Alex Rodriguez A-Rod, 2015. And last but not least, Joey Votto in 2023. The 4 guys since 2000 hit
Jesus,
home runs on their 40th birthday.
I feel like those are all names that I should have just.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, they're hard to guess. You gotta have guys that first of all played until they were 40.
Yeah.
And then you have to try to guess all those. So I had to give you at least one head stopper.
No, for sure. It was a good one. I feel like I should have done a little better on that, but it's all good. It's all good. Good trivia question. I'm looking forward to the next one. But before we finish anything up, and before do you have a crazy stat too? Before we get there, I got a pretty hard guess this player. I feel like it's hard. It might be easy in a way because once this player is revealed, I'll tell you why I thought you might guess this. But he no longer plays. He made his debut in '95. He played until 2005, so he had a nice 10-year stint. Started his career with LA, which would be the Dodgers in '95. Just says LA, but I'm certain it's the Dodgers. He played from '95 to '98 with the Dodgers. Played '99 with the New York Mets. 2000 with the Houston Astros. 2001 with the Detroit Tigers. 2002 and 2003, he went back to the Mets. 2004, 2005, he was with the St. Louis Cardinals. His career hit 273 with a 340 OBP, 711 OPS, 40 home runs, 274 RBIs, 865 hits, and 3,100 at bats. 3,174 to be exact. Number 19 is what it's shown on here. I think he probably wore a lot of different numbers, but I could be wrong. Luke, do you have any idea who this player could be?
So I had a guess, but I don't think that it was
He was outfield also.
outfield. Okay. At first, I was guessing maybe Fernando Vina, but I know he played for the Brewers.
That was a good guess.
2005.
And
2004, 2005 with the Cardinals.
That's really where you got to get stuck on right there. And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what he hit for the Cardinals. 2004, he actually had a decent year. He had 265. I can't say really decent. He only had 200 at bats with the Cardinals that year. 3 home runs, 23 RBIs. The reason I remember him so much is just because he was part of that team that went to the World Series, you know. But I didn't know if the Mets, because him bouncing back and forth with the Mets for a little bit, I didn't know if that would stick out at all. But I'll give you one more hint.
All right.
And now you'll know why I chose this player. It's a hard one. I figured. Do you want me to go ahead and tell you?
I mean, you can give me one more hint because I'm on a streak here. I haven't gotten a single one wrong yet. So
yeah, and I probably shouldn't have done this one. So don't feel bad if it. This is probably one I shouldn't have done, to be honest, because he never won any awards. He did have speed though. That's what stuck out to him. So here you go. This might help a little bit. Although he didn't do it with the Cardinals, with the Mets, he had a 66 stolen base season. And then he had 25 stolen base with Houston, and then he had a 55 stolen base season with Detroit, and that would have been in 2001. So he had a lot of stolen bases, 213 stolen bases.
I mean, I wanted to say honestly, I wanted to say also like Kerry Robinson, but he didn't. I know he didn't play.
I'm gonna get a
Also
guess.
met him.
Okay, here's another guess.
I wanted to say Bobby Bonilla, but just because it was Bobby Bonilla Day, and he played for the Mets and the Cardinals. So I thought
Yeah, that'd have been a good guess too.
Yeah.
He's Venezuelan.
Geez, I mean, for some reason it's not coming to me. I know once you say it, I'll know it.
He had a brother that also played MLB. And I think his brother played for the Pirates, maybe.
I mean, I know it's not. No. Shit. All right. Yeah, you might have to tell me.
Roger Cedeno.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Ronnie Cedeno is his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that actually was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie.
It was, and the reason I thought maybe you would recognize is because I don't know the story I told you where I went out and partied with him down in Florida.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was hilarious, man. I came back and he was talking to one of my friends, and he's like, "Where are you from?" We were like chatting for a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, St. Louis." And he's like, "Oh, I used to work there," and I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, what'd you do in St. Louis?" He's like, "I played baseball." It's like what? And then I was like,
Yeah.
for the Cardinals? And he's like, yeah, 04 and 05, like you told me the years. And I was like, and I recognized him, but his name wasn't coming to, I was like, who is this guy? And then once he said his name, I was like, holy shit. And then we partied all night. So that's why I know I've told you that story probably like 5 times. So I figured maybe it would connect, but yeah, it was a tough one. But I didn't realize how many stolen bases he had. That dude was fast.
Yeah.
He had two 50 plus stolen base seasons, 160 plus. So
All right, that was a good one. So I got my crazy MLB stat.
all right.
And this one just happened yesterday. So, yesterday, June 30th, Mr. Wilyer Abreu became the 6th player in history to hit a grand slam and an inside the park home run in the same game.
Yep.
He is the first player since Roger Maris in 1958 to do it, which is pretty crazy. I mean, this isn't really, in my opinion, like an ESPN stat because a grand slam inside the park home run, I mean, I wouldn't say an inside the park home run's that common, but it does happen a few times during the season.
Yeah.
You know, so for a guy to hit that and a grand slam in the same game, it's pretty elite in my opinion for a stat. So the first one in history happened back in 1890. Jocko Fields. Sorry, I had to look at his name again. In 1890. So he's only the 6th player.
Jocko Fields.
So that's awesome. Yeah.
I love those old names.
Yeah, I know. They're great.
No, that's really cool. I had Willie Abreu last year in fantasy. Didn't keep him. Kind of wish I would have, but Brandon keeps offering him to me in trades, and it's making me think. I don't know. I'm kind of after that game. I'm thinking this guy may be an elite player because he's still super young too.
Yeah, I got a Brandon trade earlier. Yours might have been better than the one I got though.
It was probably the best one he sent me this year so far, but I'm honestly I can't even remember. It was Carlos Estevez. Who were we just talking about?
I'm talking about on your team, like Matt.
No,
McLean,
Willie. Yeah, on my team. I forget who. Honestly, who he sent me, but it wasn't bad. I just didn't want to trade up some of the people. But all right. Well, I think that's probably it.
Yeah,
Until next time.
maybe we'll be back like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, let's
We'll
try to do
see.
we got a holiday week, so happy 4th everyone, and maybe we'll try to do a weekend. Maybe we'll get like 20 minutes in or something this weekend.
Yep. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we'll chat again here soon, everyone, and until next time.
643. Luke.
Vinny.
Peace out.
Find me with myself, peace out,